everybody, welcome to another video of vintage TV and radio stuff. And today I'm featuring a line of electronics I've never done before. I've never bought a Lloyd's electronics product before. But I got this one at an estate sale a few weeks back for $5. And it's the model J257B clock radio from Lloyd's Electronics, a company that began back in the 60s. Their main offices were in Chicago, and they had warehouses in New Jersey and California. They basically imported lots of lower cost electronic products from Japan and Hong Kong and other locations, and they were not assembled necessarily in the U.S. either, but they were imported here into the country. Lower end products normally, a little less expensive than the bigger brand names, if you will. They were sold in department stores, discount places. I'm sure Kmart had them. Different chain stores like that. And they were doing fairly well all the way through the 90s, but then import taxes and tariffs and such took their toll, and they went out of business in the 90s. This little graphic you're looking at is from worthpoint.com, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a history of Lloyd's Electronics. And today we're going to take a look at this product. You're looking at the front right now, and from the left to right you've got your headphone jack, which is kind of nice. The display, of course, right there. There's a high or low dimmer switch. Next to that is the alarm selection as far as whether you're going to hear a buzzer or whether you're going to hear the radio. There's a tone control knob, and this is a stereo radio, so you've got a left and right channel volume control, and then you've got the auto off and on power switch. Auto, of course, is if you're going to be setting your alarm clock. Off is just off, and then on is just listening to the radio. And then you've got your AM and your FM auto selection. Auto means either stereo or non-stereo. There's a dial right there next to it, the tuner. And there is a stereo light that comes on. You can see it right there, marked stereo. Here on the top is your standard alarm clock settings and time settings to set the clock and to set the alarm. There is a snooze button, and as you can see, it was on sale for $5, and it does indeed work. Not much to see on the back here, although there is a nice antenna terminal, and as you can see, it is simulated wood grain, obviously. All right, on the bottom are your basic pieces of information regarding the product in English, and it looks like in French as well. The model number is on there, and as you can see, it is made in Hong Kong. I would guesstimate this probably was produced back in the 70s, or perhaps maybe the early 80s. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug her in. We'll see how this thing works, and we'll see how the radio sounds. Okay, it's plugged in. I have the dimmer on day. That's the night light level, but I'll keep it on day so we can actually see it. I'll hold down the time button and set the time using the fast, or you can use the slow. But we'll zip through here. We'll make believe it's like 12:30 or something like that. And it moves pretty quickly. Oops. There's no back on this, so you can't go backwards, so I'm just going to make it 1 o'clock. How's that? That makes it pretty easy. Okay. Now I can also set the alarm by hitting that. And are we set on PM? Yeah, okay. So I'll wait a minute. Maybe you have to turn this on off first and then try it. No. Huh. Oh, here we go. Now it's working. You gotta use both hands, apparently. So we're going to set this for like 1:10 or something like that. Uh-oh. button got stuck. Oh boy. All right, so yeah, we're about 6-7 minutes off. All right, let's turn this thing on first of all, and turn the volumes up. Now you may notice some scratchiness. I did spray some contact cleaner in here. We'll see how well it worked. But this is the AM. There's a tone control. And I'll tune through the AM dial here. See if we can pick anything else up other than that one station here in in town. Doesn't look too promising. Yeah, it's still kind of scratchy. This one's not too bad.
Connecting cultures and connecting. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives.
Now,
Are you ready to begin?
not coming in too great, but I'm guessing it's because of the lights and everything here. Interference. But that's AM. So let's move it all the way to the end of the dial here and flip it back up to FM. And see what we get now on the FM end. Okay.
They sent us straight to St. Jude. When I received the diagnosis with my daughter, my hope was gone. But when you get there, everyone's like, hey, we're not.
Yeah, tone control works okay.
You see other people not giving up on your
You can
child.
tell there's different.
That makes all the difference in the world. When we first made it to St. Jude,
And you can kind of tell from where I'm standing here that there is a little bit of a stereo separation. The only thing I'm not really fond about with this radio is that the speakers are right on the side of the radio, and most people would put their radios up against the wall, you know, where here's your wall and here's your wall, so your right channel would be kind of like bumping into a wall. But then again, maybe if you buy a radio with stereo speakers, you might just go ahead and, you know, move your radio around so it is in a better position to be a stereo radio. Not sure if I could detect any stereo here. Oh, it's over anyway. Okay. All right, so we're getting in some channels here. They're coming in pretty strong. A couple that aren't that great, but I think if you get something on the back there with where the antenna is, if you can see that, it would probably come in better. All right, now it's 5 minutes after 1. We have our alarm set for 8 after. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this down to auto, and I'll put it on buzzer, and we'll come back in a few minutes here and see if the alarm clock part works. Okay, it's 1:07, so any minute now, or even less than a minute from now, something will happen, we hope. So far this has operated rather smoothly. Still a little scratchy on one of those pots there, the left channel volume, but otherwise not too bad. I did have a problem with the FM auto selector knob too. Oh, here we go. There's your annoying buzzer. It sounds like an air raid siren. There we go. Let's turn that off. And turn the whole thing off. There, okay. I'm going to try fiddling with this a little more and see if I can maybe get some more reception here on the upper end of the band especially. I'm not sure. It's not picking up anything up here. Not that there's much to pick up anyway, but anyway. No. Yeah, so, all right. So there you go. It's the Lloyd's Electronics model J257B AM/FM stereo clock radio with alarm, of course, made by Lloyd's Electronics out of Chicago. I'm guessing back in maybe the 70s or early 80s, this particular model. And you can find these all over the place. Lots of Lloyd's Electronics products were made, TVs, radios, other small appliances like that. So yeah, mostly electronics, I should say, not appliances, but electronics. So not an uncommon brand to find, but this is still a pretty good looking unit. Looks nice. No big dents. A little bit of wear here on the bottom where the power, the button was probably pushed down up and down quite a bit, but otherwise not too bad. That's our vintage TV and radio stuff video for this time around. If you have any comments, leave them below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll have more vintage TV and radio stuff down the road. Thanks for watching.